You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Interstate 69's largest continuous section of road stretches from Evansville, Indiana to Port Huron, Michigan, by both the Great Lake and the border to Ontario, Canada. An hour and change north up I-69 would bring you to Fort Wayne, the home of the Mastodons of Purdue. The last time they quarreled with the Cardinals, they handed the Redbirds their first loss in series history since 2020. It's number 10 against number 20 in the volleyball capital of the world, Muncie, Indiana. Welcome to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. I'm Dylan Budd, joined by Annaka Whittey. Annaka, history hasn't been kind to the Mastodons in the series history, but considering the landscape of the MIVA, I'm willing to guarantee we get extra sets in this one.
Yeah, for sure. The Mastodons, they've only won one of their last 10 matchups against Ball State. Their last win actually being in April of 2025, the last time they met up. And when you look at the Mastodons losing historically to Ball State at all, you look at the stats and it's not like they got absolutely demolished. You know, they've scored probably at least 20 points in a lot of those sets, in a lot of those losing sets, only losing by 3 to 5 points. They still play their A game, and they still absolutely dominate in the way that they play volleyball. It's just Ball State comes out on top. So in a way, especially after their last matchup being a loss for Ball State in 4 sets in an upset, again, Purdue-Fort Wayne wants their vengeance against their fellow Indiana team. And so it definitely, I don't expect a sweep tonight.
The anticipation is killing everyone in Worthen Arena, and that means they're starting this program early. The national anthem about to be played, so we'll take a step aside and then discuss some stuff in pregame. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
National anthem just finishing up here at the volleyball capital of the world, Worthen Arena in Muncie, Indiana, and we briefly touched on it in the open. Dylan Budd, joined by Annaka Whittey. This MIVA conference, man, I don't think anybody predicted the way things have shaken out. It kind of seemed like at the beginning of the year, Ohio State, Loyola, Lewis, and Ball State were really those top 4 juggernauts that were going to slug it out. It's been very different in the early goings.
Yeah, for sure. And you talk about that recently. Lewis just swept Ohio State. And Ball State got swept by Ohio State in Columbus. And Purdue-Fort Wayne beat McKendree in 5 sets. And McKendree is towards the bottom in the MIVA, which is something that nobody could have predicted either. Northern Kentucky at the bottom, first year in the MIVA, that's something that we could expect a little bit more. But again, it's something that it's so hard to explain because the MIVA conference is so it's everybody's going after the championship, and it's anybody's game, any conference match. So again, you look at a matchup today, yeah, the Mastodons are 20th in the nation versus 10th in the nation. You would think Cardinals have this a sweep, it'll be easy. But they're both MIVA teams, it's conference teams. These teams have a history. And history makes victories a little bit more difficult when there's a deeper story to it.
There are several matchups across the conference that we're going to update you guys with as this match goes on, but I think of teams like Queens. They're 8th in the conference. They would be dead last, even behind Northern Kentucky in their first year of Division I volleyball. The Norsemen are 0-5 at this point, but Queens 1-5. Their one win was a reverse sweep over Ohio State in Columbus. And when we think about the fact that anything can happen in this conference, it's very similar to what we see in the Mid-American Conference.
Yeah, for sure. Mid-American Conference, you look at men's basketball, for example. You see UMass, they're coming out. You see them first year in the MAC, and they're already fighting for a spot in the tournament, which is unbelievable. Your first year in a new conference, in a conference that you actually got to compete for postseason. So that's something that nobody expected, and they're definitely a contender for the next few years. But UMass really sticks out to me then. But then you just look at the MIVA, and you look at Northern Kentucky, their first year in the MIVA, and they're just not, it's not shaking out for them in such a, I wouldn't say luckier way, but it's whenever you're in a new conference, it's unfamiliar territory. So in a way, it's like it'll go your way sometimes, and sometimes it just won't.
A prime example of what went on in Mid-America for basketball. UMass comes in at the 8th spot. If the season ended on Tuesday, they would have had a spot in the tournament and faced Miami. They come in to Worthen Arena, face the dead last Ball State Cardinals, and the latter pulls out a win in overtime in an unbelievable game that we got to call on ESPN. So much fun. The intro video plays now in the arena, and starting lineups have come out. Starting with the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons, now finding themselves ranked 20th in the nation. You've got Carlo Huston, the true freshman from Westfield, Indiana. Some Shamrocks in the crowd ready to cheer him on. The libero will be number 3, Andrew Mayer, coming off of 6 digs against the Ohio State Buckeyes. The setter is Hunter Hopkins, who just eclipsed 500 assists, the 3rd person in Division I volleyball to reach that mark. Casey Lyons will be one of the middle blockers, the 6'7" Hawaiian, just 32 sets played, so potentially an injury there, but 42 kills in his time. You've got Owen Banner, one of the versatile pin hitters that this Mastodon squad has. He's been all over the place this year, and 132 kills to his name. You've got Caden Fostick, the opposite hitter. We expect to see some big things from him. The February 9th MIVA Defensive Player of the Week. Logan Muir, our impact player, number 16, coming off of 11 kills against Ohio State. He leads this squad with 138, 6th in the conference. And rounding out the roster, it'll be number 19, another Westfield Shamrock, Brody McAfee, the 6'6" junior. As for Ball State, the libero for the Cardinals will be none other than Victor Scherer. He has a lot of MIVA experience in 3 years at Quincy. The setter is Macho himself, Lucas Machado. He's 8 assists away from hitting 500 as well. He's got 192 at this point. Then you've got our impact player, number 16, Ryan Lewis from Surprise, Arizona. And no surprise, he was due for a breakout. He now leads this team in kills, 1st in the conference and 3rd in the nation. One of the middle blockers will be Braden Savitsky-Lynn from Roscoe, Illinois. Just 1 set played against Tusculum. It was a Division II opponent, so got to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. The other middle blocker will be Jacob Surrett, the JUCO transfer from Riverside, California. Started the year as the 3rd middle blocker. He's now in the starting lineup. And rounding it out is none other than the captain himself, Patrick Rogers from Rutherford, New Jersey. 2nd in the MIVA, 7th in the nation in kills with 180 and an insane hitting percentage of 41.5 as an outside hitter.
You look at both of these starting lineups. For Ball State, you would think it's business as usual, but I want to point out Jacob Surrett, we haven't seen much of him recently. As of late, it's been Will Patterson being a middle blocker in his position, and he's stepped up fantastic. Jacob Surrett from Riverside, California. He's 6'6" junior. He's played 29 sets this season as opposed to Will Patterson, who is now tied that with 29 sets played. He's been kind of the leading man at the middle blocker position with his towering 6'10" height. But it's nice to see Surrett back in because he's still a really crucial part of this team. I don't know, maybe something was going on while during his absence, I guess, but now with Will Patterson stepping up a lot more, now you have so much depth in that middle blocker position.
The Mastodons, black uniforms, white numbers, white trim, their libero Andrew Mayer in the white jersey, black number. As for Ball State, they're in their blacks as well, just a little bit different. It's the black with red gradient, red shorts, red numbers, red lettering, and white trim. As for Scherer, he's in the away white. A white jersey, red numbers, black trim. The first server for the Mastodons, Carlo Huston. Getting ready to get this match underway. Number 10, Ball State. Number 20, Purdue Fort Wayne. From the far right side, the swing, and we are underway. First touch, Patrick Rogers. He gets the third two, an immediate kill for Ball State.
I mean, what do you expect? To start it off, it's Patrick Rogers. He now has 181 kills on the season, just recently reached 1,000 career kills. He was honored for that last night. Just a fantastic pin hitter.
The first server for the Cardinals, as per the norm this year, Lucas Machado. Immediate stonewall up front for the Cards. Ryan Lewis and Jacob Surrett there to stuff a kill. Monster block, and the Cards lead 2-0.
The blocking game for the Cardinals, it's something you always see, and it's something that you expect.
Macho gets another. Picked up by Purdue. They go to our impact Muir. Blocked by Ball State, they keep it up. Muir will try another. Set up from Lewis. Machado. Rogers has another swing, and it's a tool for the senior. 3-0 lead for Ball State.
Already starting off with the crucial parts of the Cardinal team. They're starting off hot. 3-0 already. This could be truly difficult for the Mastodons.
Smooth sailing for the Redbirds. That attack from the opposite hitter, Owen Banner. And the first points for Purdue Fort Wayne, it's 3-1.
Owen Banner coming all the way from Huntington Beach, California. Last year he was at Golden West and led his team to a 23-2 record in a 3C2A state championship.
Caden Fostick next to serve. Scherer a diving play. Surrett right down Broadway and into the courtside seats. Immediate response, and it's 4-1. Rogers will serve.
Jacob Surrett, he has surely returned.
And we chatted about this a little bit off air. Ball State starters really have gotten a lot of rest recently. A Division II Tusculum squad meant that they could rest their starters, and then facing Northern Kentucky, it was a chance for them to rest some guys as well. So folks like Rogers, who just got a service ace, it's his 23rd of the year, gives him a lot of time to really unwind. Against Tusculum, one set played, a service error and a dig was all he contributed. It's games like that that could be crucial down the line as MIVA play dwindles. It'll be another try from Banner. Scherer can't corral, and the first kill for the outside hitter.
That's something that's also been a little bit of a difficulty for the Cardinals. It's just spreading the floor and being able to read and perform defensively.
The spinning serve from Logan Muir, picked up by Rogers. Machado in reverse, Ryan Lewis. It gets into the second row. Ryan Lewis picking up right where he left off from last night.
Ryan Lewis already on his A game, 187 kills now on the season. He also is just extremely dynamic, 17 aces and 56 digs. Also 47 total blocks on the season.
It's been great work for the Arizona kid. Surrett sends it away. Machado has the dig off of the Purdue attack. Just tapped over from Owen Banner. Cards move with purpose. The bick from Rogers, rejected, picked up by Surrett. Lewis will try on two, and he sticks the line. 7-2 Ball State.
And props to Jacob Surrett just picking up on that block and being able to dig it back up and give it to Ryan Lewis to finish that rally off for the Cardinals.
Coach Donnie Gleason calls timeout. And it's a chance for us to look at some of the series history. This is a little bit of bad blood between these two squads as they share a highway. It's the Battle of I-69, but it's been pretty one-sided. The Cardinals lead 84-34. Here in Muncie, 43-15 advantage.
Yeah, since 1981 when Purdue Fort Wayne joined the MIVA. Ball State, one of the MIVA originals along with Ohio State. which they're the only two originals that are still in the MIVA conference. But these two teams have been battling it out for decades, and only through Purdue Fort Wayne's they've only had 3 head coaches in their entire tenure. One of the most known one being Arnie Ball, who is also a Ball State alum. So the connections here with both of these teams are insane. It's like, you would think it's a coincidence. I don't know.
Makes me think of the women's team with Purdue and their connections as well. Kelly Miller-Phillips, the women's head coach.
Yeah.
A product of Dave Shondell, a coach at Ball State, ends up going to Purdue, and in one of his recruiting classes, some setter named Kelly Miller-Phillips. She spends some time there and then now fronts the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, Kelly Miller-Phillips, absolutely fantastic coach for the women's volleyball team, has led them to some great success.
She's done some historic things with this program, really putting them on the map. Surrett brings us back out of a timeout, but the kill is done by Brody McAfee. Yesterday against Ohio State was his first game back in a month. It's good to see him back out there.
And just on that last rally, Machado tried to revive it, but it was just out of reach.
Serve now from Jean-Paul Gonzalez. Rogers ups it, and he'll try from the back row. Doesn't hit a Mastodon and safely out of play in the Terraflex. The margin is 3. It's 7-4 Cards.
Yeah, quite close. From my view, I thought just for a second the way that Logan Muir reacted, that it hit him real quick, but no, it just was seemingly out of bounds, but it is under review now, so who knows what we saw.
It's a good take from you, and certainly Coach Iandola would agree with you. We're under review now, so it'll be a chance for us to step aside. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
Thanks, Connor. Decision is made back in Worthen. Purdue gets the point. It'll be 7-5, and already a big call. Check that. Looks like Ball State will get the call. Originally, they pointed the Mastodons' way, but that was to indicate the tip-off of Logan Muir. So your take was correct. The Cards now lead by 5. Rather than 7-4, they lead 8-3, and Ryan Lewis goes behind the strike. The offering off of Andrew Mayer. Skied, and then the attack. Logan Muir was the one to swing. Basilio's first crack picked up by Muir. They go opposite side. Hudson gets the whack, but it falls out of play off the Cardinal block, 8-4.
Uncharacteristic, really, of the Cardinals. They kind of had those issues with blocking errors towards the beginning of the season. They had seemed to clean those up recently, but again, sometimes it's just the way the ball hits.
Brody McAfee will go behind the line. A knuckleball serve picked up by Victor Scherer. They go down the middle with Braden Savitsky-Lind. One swing, one kill for the junior.
Braden Savitsky-Lind, he's been historically extremely accurate, so he only goes up for those kills when he knows he has an opening, and he reads the defense so well, and he's just absolutely fantastic at the middle blocker position.
An attack percentage of 44.1. Will Basilio now serves. Mayer with the forearm. Back row attack from Owen Banner, and it's another Purdue point.
Victor Scherer on that side trying to go for it, but just goes right to his left.
Next up in the rotation, it's the setter Hunter Hopkins. Seams left for him. Short serve upped by Basilio. Another middle attack, but rejected from Braden Savitsky-Lind. Lewis mistimes the set from Machado. And now just a push over from Caden Fostick. An unclimactic attack, but nonetheless, it's 9-6.
Yeah, that was just a great read. There was an opening just in the middle of the Terraflex, right at the line. And Ryan Lewis really could have gone for it, but decided not to, and unfortunately, it just fell out of there.
Hopkins had another swing. Savitsky-Lind, can he redeem? It doesn't touch a Mastodon, and it's out of play. They come clawing back. It's 9-7 now.
extremely close. It looked like it maybe barely just hit the line, but it's called out of bounds. But the line judge can see it better than I can.
And pretty rare of Braden Savitsky-Lind to have an attack error. Not too many this year. Rogers with the immediate response. Machado crossed the court with the pass, and P-Rod finishes it off. Cards first to double digits.
Way to get that kill back. Flies out of bounds, but then Patrick Rogers comes back perfectly with that kill.
Now it's the aforementioned Braden Savitsky-Lind from the near right side. Adds some spin, out of play, and another service error. It's been quite the elephant in the room, no pun intended, with the Mastodons in town, but a big-time issue for the Cards is their service errors.
Yeah, last night against Tusculum, granted, they had the bench in. They weren't playing most of their starters here tonight, but they had 25 service errors to just 3 service aces, and service errors have been really a trend in all of MIVA play.
25 against Tusculum last night. Lewis blasts it into Carlo Husden. There's nothing he can do there. 16 puts us at 11.
Yeah, Ryan Lewis, just a sophomore, and he's really made a name for himself. They call him Baby Giraffe.
An attack percentage of 35% is 6th best in the conference. Cards round their serve rotation, and Machado gets another whack at it. Muir the attack. Untouched by Surrett. Out of play. It'll be Logan Muir's 46th attack error, and the Cards lead 12-8.
Yeah, it just flew right behind Will Basilio and out on that coffin corner.
Machado, the spin, the swing, forearmed by Banner. He gets the 3rd touch. On 3, out of bounds, hits the official, and the flag goes up. Cards lead 13-8 now.
Just too much power from the Mastodons today. Out of bounds multiple times already.
Timeout taken by Coach Gleason. The Cards lead 13-8 in the early goings of set 1. We're going to take a breather. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Jaron Matheny with Summit City Sports and Indiana Tech Athletics, a proud SportsLink alum. Go Cards!
13-8 before Coach Donnie Gleason called the timeout. Ball State coming off of a 3-1 victory against the Division II Tusculum University. It's the 2nd straight year the two programs have faced each other, and considering the level change, an opportunity for Ball State to check out some of their depth on the bench, and my goodness, it showed out. 21 different Cardinals getting action.
Yeah, for sure. The bench was truly tested last night. We saw action from Nicholas Everett for the first time. He had 9 kills on a 4.67 clip and a service ace along with 2 digs. We haven't seen him at all yet this year, the junior, but he had a great game last night.
Patrick Rogers in that time rejected by Casey Lyons. It'll be Caden Fostick out of the intermission. Mastodons strike first, 13-9. A high toss for Fostick. Basilio's there to collect. Another try from Rogers. No, Lewis and Rogers have switched spots. The bick from Carlo Hudson picked up. Rogers from the opposite spot on 3. It goes back the Cardinals' way, and he finishes it off. Patrick Rogers cracked the floorboards. 14-9.
Electric from Patrick Rogers. Absolutely fooled the Mastodons by switching sides with Ryan Lewis. Ryan Lewis is an opposite, but Patrick Rogers played that opposite position perfectly.
Means that Rogers will face off against Logan Muir. Big swing from Rogers. It's yet another service ace. 2nd of the day for Captain America.
Captain America, didn't you coin that?
Maybe.
I like it.
I had a word in it.
good.
Won gold with Team USA this previous summer. And one of the 4 captains on this Cardinals squad. He takes a big swing, in fact, too big, into the black of the Terraflex, and now the Mastodons have double figures. It's 15-10.
That's something you got to cut really early. If you're starting to get into that routine with those service aces, that can really kill you so quickly.
Seams left for the Mastodons impact player Logan Muir. Big swing from him, and the teams trade service errors.
Service errors have really been a trend in the whole entire MIVA conference. And you look at Ball State, they're still 3rd in the conference with service aces, but it's just that ratio that's off.
So Surratt will try his hand. Yet another service error. That time it wasn't even close. Just hit the wrong part of his hand.
Yeah, that just completely flew out. It went past the Ball State lettering behind the baseline.
You talked about the idea of services being like free throws.
Yes.
An opportunity for free points that you can't take advantage of. And my goodness, yet another service error. This time it's Owen Banner straight into the lattice. 17-11. Only servers touching the ball in the last minute and a half or so.
Like Braden Carroll once said, live and die.
Can Ryan Lewis stop it? Well, a service ace, that'll count. Off the arm of Owen Banner. Went sprawling for it and kept it low. 4 straight service errors and then the ace from Baby Giraffe. 18-11.
This set's just turning into a battle of the service line.
Silent Worthen Arena. Big swing off the top of the net from Lewis. And now the swing from Carlo Hudson. That'll land comfortably. 18-12.
He had 10 kills versus Ohio State, but it's just the accuracy that really killed him in the end. A 0.74 clip. But he still had 8 digs, and he had a 1-to-1 service ratio with 2 aces and 2 errors.
And when you look at the attack percentage against Ohio State on Saturday, they as a team hit 147 to the Buckeyes 365, and that proved to be a big difference. Sprawling play from Brody McAfee. Somehow still alive. Machado finishes it off. Logan Muir went sprawling around but still couldn't get it off the power from Macho.
How about the AVCA National Player of the Week, Lucas Machado, playing Macho Man by the Village people in honor of him? He's been insane these past couple of weeks in MIVA play.
Now it'll be Basilio back behind the stripe. The attack from Muir on the opposite side somehow upped, and the Cards have control again. Rogers, the tip from the front line of Purdue Fort Wayne. 3-person block, still kept up. Mastodons trying to get anything going. Blasted off Scherer, and it goes into the media row.
Wow. Props to Scherer for really picking that up, but he seemed startled by that. It just flew right into him. He just kind of sprawled out, but unfortunately it just flew in to the stands.
I think anybody would be startled by a ball coming that fast at him.
Oh, I'd run away.
Hopkins now to serve, and Scherer redeems. He ups it. Machado to Rogers. Somehow brought up by Andrew Mayer. The serve opposite on opposite. Ryan Lewis collected. Rogers on 3. Safely out of bounds. Cards get to 20.
Now the blocking error coming from the Mastodons flying out of bounds. They just didn't have the touch on it to spin it downward. Instead, it just flew out to the left.
And that's the Patrick Rogers effect. The attack from the far side. A great block from Purdue, great form, but so powerful was the Rogers swing that it ended up going out of play on the near side. One-handed push from Logan Muir was all he needed. An anticlimactic tool that makes it 20-14. Carlo Hudson will take another whack from behind the stripe. He's got 6 service aces on the year, 28 service errors. Not exactly a pretty ratio. Off the top of the net, Ryan Lewis will take a crack. Out of play. Lewis immediately goes to Coach Iandolo, says pull out that green card, and the latter does just that.
Yeah, I expected that challenge because From my view, it looked like it just grazed the line, but Owen Banner on my side was just in the way, so I couldn't see a perfect view of it, but it looked like a really, really close call from here, and I could see an overturn.
And tragically, from our spot here in Worthen, they don't show any replays on the Jumbotron. At this point, we don't have any educated guess as to what the call could be, but it gives us a chance to talk about Coach Iandolo. Labeled as the interim head coach, but he's really done an excellent job in his first year. 14-2 record, 5-1 in MIVA play, and they were ranked as high as 8th. Now they find themselves at 10th, only after a loss to Ohio State.
Yeah, Mike Iandolo, he just has the mind of a head coach. In his first year being head coach, already the Ball State Cardinals have been staying up there in the national rankings, and he just knows how to connect with his guys so well. And also on Purdue Fort Wayne side with Donnie Gleason, he's in his second year as head coach, and also his assistant coach is his brother. So that familial connection also can help and kind of exude on his team. So just two newer coaches bringing kind of a more modern twist to the game, really, and it's worked.
Call is overturned. Machado was there to serve. Middle attack from Caden Fostick. Lewis now goes opposite side, and another tool for Baby Giraffe.
What else could you expect from Ryan Lewis but success?
But yes, Coach Iandolo, before his Ball State tenure, was the head coach for 3 years of the Charleston Golden Eagles. He comes in with head coach Donan Cruz, and after Cruz's resignation, and then now coaching at Hawaii, Coach Iandolo, interim head coach, but safe to assume that he might get promoted.
Yeah, Mike Iandolo, he was also a setter at another MIVA school, Lewis, who we mentioned earlier.
Service error from Ball State during that time. Fostick serve. Rogers' first and third touch through the gap of limbs. 23 for the Cards.
The pin hitters tonight for the Cardinals have been out of this world. They've been so great, minimizing errors so well, and that shows in the Cardinals' 8-point lead.
No timeouts left for the Mastodons. Rogers will now serve. He leads this team in service aces. He doesn't get another. The swing from Banner upped by Basilio. Machado back to Basilio on 2. Rogers sprawling play. Machado back up to Basilio on 3. Stonewalled by Brody McAfee. What a return for the Westfield Shamrock.
That was an interesting play from Lucas Machado to keep that alive, because it also, from my view, it looked like that block was going to fly out of bounds, but he went and gathered it anyway. So either way, it could have gone Ball State's way had he not gone for it.
A BS on the stat sheet for Brody McAfee, and that was service ace from Weston Muir. 17th of the year.
Fantastic from the service line, he is.
He'll get another chance. The spin, the swing. Scherer, forearms. Machado cross court to Basilio. Alley-oop shot kept up by Mayer. Another swing from Banner. 3-man block. A weak swing isn't going to do it. Cards like to party, and they have a chance to win the first stanza. It's 24-17, and Jacob Surratt is behind the line.
Surratt, Lewis, and Basilio up front with that incredible block.
The gyrating ball from Surratt hits the pin and out of play. A chance for Worthen fans to continually dance, but the margin gets tighter. It's 24-18.
I don't know if I'd call this a dance, really.
Owen Banner tries to keep this set alive. From the near right side, into the net. Service error has really been the theme of the first set. Yet another one for Purdue, and it means the Cards take the first 25-18.
Yeah, service errors have been the theme of a lot of the games in MIVA conference play this season, and sadly, quite an anticlimactic way to end a set, but the Cardinals took it by storm, 25-18. A great cushion, and they came out hot, and hopefully they can continue this momentum.
A 3-minute intermission separating us between the first set and the second, but Ball State, as they've done for pretty much every game this year, excluding 2, they take the first. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. We'll take a step back and let these guys warm back up.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. GameBridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital, the best student radio channel in the country. This is Jack Kaiser. I broadcast for Big Ten Network, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. Chirp, chirp.
Funny enough, Jack Kaiser right below us, calling the game with our good friend Mick Tidrow, the voice of the Cardinals on ESPN. Cardinals lead after one set, won at 25-18, and when you look at these pin hitters at this point, they've really, they hit the ball really hard at the Division I level, but it just seems different today.
Yeah, these pin hitters are fired up today, and they look so good. They've been so accurate, minimizing those attack errors, and they've been so efficient on every facet of this game and really taken the Mastodons by storm. And sure, it's essentially their redemption, because the last time these two teams met, they were upset. The Cardinals were upset in 4 sets, and Logan Muir led that with 19 kills.
Well, when you consider the fact that their last 2 opponents have been a Division II school and Northern Kentucky in their first year of Division I volleyball, they still haven't won a match at this point. It's a chance for those guys to rest. I know we touched on it earlier, but we're seeing the benefits right in front of us.
Yeah, the last time these starters really played a whole match through was when they were swept against Ohio State on February 19th, and ever since then, when they played Northern Kentucky, for example, Ryan Lewis only came in for 1 set. Patrick Rogers played 3 sets, but Victor Scherer only played 2 sets and wasn't really in for those 2 sets for a lot, and Adir Ben-Shalouch really took that libero position for that game. And then in Tusculum, the same thing happened. Adir Ben-Shalouch, he was in for that whole entire game, and we saw Nicholas Everett for the first time. We saw more of Dante Kayaban, the freshman, and we saw Daniel Gunter, also a freshman. And these guys, they came in for a little bit, maybe to kind of get warm, but they've been rested, and you can tell.
I'm glad you mentioned the Ohio State game, because not only are they rested, I'm sure they still have a sour taste in their mouths. It's their 1 loss in conference play at this point. Sure, they topped the conference, but they welcome Ohio State after spring break on March 12th, and that's just setting up to be a barn burner.
Yeah, for sure, and it's not something that you can expect to have the same result as when they were in Columbus.
The Mastodons strike first. Caden Bostic gets the serve. Scherer a sprawling play to make sure it wasn't an ace. The Mastodons work from left to right. Now the Cards right to left. Owen Banner a big slap, and he gets the kill. Check that, it falls out of play. 1-1 in the second stanza. Machado began the second set, so now Patrick Rogers will say hello for the first time here. Big swing collected by Carlo Hudson. On the opposite side, Muir hits the right arm of Lucas Machado and into the 3rd row.
Yeah, just perfectly planned, knowing exactly where to place that to just hit the arm length of Lucas Machado perfectly to fly out of bounds on the touch.
Several high schoolers over there, likely on a field trip, and a chance for a souvenir for one of them. They try and respond with Basilio. They do just that. Off the knee of Logan Muir and right at Mick Tidrow in media row.
It's payback. Off the touch on both of these, just on the opposing teams.
Ricocheting volleyball at Division I level. Man, that's dangerous. Jacob Surratt to serve from the far right side. Hunter Hopkins tried to be creative. In a mistimed set, Machado keeps it alive from the middle of Savitsky-Lind. McAfee hits the deck and we play on. A poke and a joust from Will Basilio immediately puts his shirt to his teeth. Put too much on it. Now the Mastodons lead. It's 3-2.
On both sides, some incredible recoveries, block attempts going down, but the reads and the digs being able to just slide under the ball and keep it alive. Great work from both of these teams.
Owen Banner will try again. He leads the Mastodons in kills tonight. Rogers on the floor to get it. And Savitsky-Lind watches as the Mastodons recover his swing. Machado back to Savitsky-Lind. That time it'll land. Bounce went 10 feet in the air to tie it up 3-3.
That's just something you gotta expect with men's volleyball. The force and the power put into the ball on every single hit. You think it's so cool from here, but you know if you were on the Terraflex, you'd be terrified.
He finds daylight. Now Lewis gets the swing. Mistimed set, freeballed by Banner. Cards move with purpose. Machado tried to dump over. Now he swings himself past two Mastodons. They lead for the first time 4-3.
Second time's the charm for Lucas Machado. Again, his ability to attack as a setter, it's something you don't see very often, but he's just so dynamic and so great.
The dump over didn't work. Mastodons bring it back. That time he put some English on it. Service ace for Ryan Lewis. Looked like a baseball slider. 5-3.
Yeah, Ryan Lewis, he's been great at the service line. He had 2 service errors last night, but just in 3 sets played. 2 service errors is actually not terrible. He's been kind of on a streak with 3 to 5 recently, but it's good to have a service ace on that.
It's BG's second of the day. Mayer gets a forearm on it. Huge swing from Logan Muir. That's why he's our impact player. Yet another. It's his 4th.
Just out of Victor Scherer's reach there.
It'll be McAfee to serve. Long serve from McAfee. Floats out of bounds uncontested. A strange service error makes it 6-4 Ball State. And it's really been a matchup of attack percentage at this point. The Cardinals as a team hitting 40% to Purdue's 22. Basilio the swing. And now a crack from Carlo Hudson. A tool for the true freshman. He's been a phenom. 117 kills coming into tonight.
Yeah, fantastic. Just a freshman, and he's made a name for himself for sure. And even though he's young, again, just a freshman coming in from Westfield.
Averages 9 kills in these last 3 games. In reverse to Ryan Lewis. Mayer falls and it finds the campfire. 7-5 Ball State. And Lewis already with 7 kills.
Ryan Lewis. Again, what else would you expect?
It's the battle of the opposites. Lewis and Rogers both have 7 at this point. Braden Savitsky-Lind with his 2 will serve. Mayer to Hopkins to Hudson. Long, sustaining ball through the air. Basilio tried and failed. A valiant attempt, but it's 7-6 Ball State.
Yeah, it was a great effort from Will Basilio, and honestly, from my view, it looked like that was going to fly out of bounds. So again, just something, those meticulous reads.
It's the bang-bang discipline that could prove to be crucial. Yet another service error. What else is new? That time it's Hudson, and Lucas Machado will now try. He's got 31 of his own, trying desperately to make it not 32. We fell into this trap in the first set. It won't be. Banner gets the first touch. The push from Bostic, upped by Machado. Lewis on 3. Hopkins gets the elbow. Banner on 3, just a joust. Mastodons keep it up. Muir will try. Off the arm of Machado and bulleted to A.L. Rawitz on the bench.
Patrick Rogers and Jacob Surratt going for that block. It went right over them.
2 Cardinals were there in serve receive, but when a ball goes from 0 to 40 miles an hour, that's just bound to happen. Fosdick the serve. A floater off the net. Scherer's beside himself. A service ace, even if it's not pretty. We're tied at 8.
Now the second service ace for the Mastodons to the Cardinals, 4 already.
High toss for Fosdick. It goes to Scherer. Machado in reverse to Rogers. 1-on-1, and it'll be Owen Banner to win. We don't see that often from P-Rod.
Yeah, I was definitely not expecting that. The way it just kind of flew down, it looked like it bounced out of bounds on the Mastodon side, but instead it touched Rogers.
PFW finds their lead again. It's 8-9. Fosdick goes into Rogers. Lewis will take a swing. Two-handed push. Mastodons keep it alive. The Bick from Hudson. High ball from Machado goes Purdue's way. Now right down Broadway, Brody McAfee with another. It's his first of the day.
Victor Scherer right there just not able to collect. They seem to be targeting where he is a lot.
Scherer just with 69 digs coming into tonight. Second to Rogers with 83. Fosdick tries again. Rogers, Machado, Surratt. That time it'll land.
Again, Carlo Hurston trying to gather it. That's also been a story for both of these teams, being able to gather those digs.
No substitutions yet for either squad. P-Rod, the spin and serve. Dove like a curveball, and a jump stop kill, or so we thought from Logan Muir. Basilio tries to push on 2. That was never going to work. 11-9 Purdue leads.
Yeah. Read like a book from Muir and McAfee up front.
There wasn't much Basilio could really do there. Ball was falling out of play, and he had to keep it from hitting that pin, but still. Nonetheless,
wow.
It's a booming serve from Logan Muir. Almost hits our cheerleaders. I mean, that wasn't even close to in play.
I don't even know what to say.
He had the velocity.
Oh, yeah.
But that's about it. Surratt from the far right side. He'll get it to Andrew Mayer. Now the try on Owen Banner. Pass 2, and it's a tool kill. 12-10.
Just off the touch up front. Looked like Lewis and Savitsky Lind.
For the first time tonight, all smiles on the PFW bench. Owen Banner joins into the action with a serve. Rogers, first and third touch, back row attack, and the Bick becomes a tool. 11-12.
Props to the Mastodons, though, really coming back from losing last set by 7 and now keeping it neck and neck and having a lead at 1.
Here comes Baby Giraffe. 2 service aces today. He won't make it 3. He sends it right at Lewis. Now he tries on 3. These impact players going toe-to-toe at this point. The try from Hudson on 3. Monster block from the Cards front row. We're tied up at 12.
The monster block, Savitsky Lind, Will Basilio, and who else? It looked like Lucas Machado up there too. All got a piece of it. Fantastic block.
Macho from the opposite spot. Lewis, a curveball of a serve. It'll go to Hudson again. Another block. That time, Braden Savitsky Lind with roof service. Cards lead 13-12.
This is definitely pivotal for the Cardinals, as lately they're going for the blocks, but they're flying out of bounds, or they attempt a block and it goes off on the touch. But great to have 2 blocks in a row.
Ryan Lewis, the MIVA leader in kills. There he goes with another service ace. Falling into Meteor Row, it's his third, and the Cards' lead goes to 2.
The way the tables have just turned.
Don't want to say anything yet, but feels like the Redbirds now starting to build some momentum and could do so again off of Ryan Lewis's right arm. Sure enough, there it is, the service error. 14-13, and we may as well just stop talking.
The announcer jinx, yet again, happens every time.
Brody McAfee will now try. A chance for PFW to take a lead again. Basilio, Machado, cross court to Lewis. Rejected by Purdue, a mistimed set from Macho makes it 14-14, and after a dominant first set for the Cardinals, this one's been neck and neck.
And that block up there, it didn't really look like your characteristic block. It just seemed like they softly dumped it over.
That time it's a block from the network. Brody McAfee, service error to send us into the media timeout. Ball State with a very narrow lead, 15-14. We're going to take just a minute. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
It's alumni night here at Worthen Arena, but also field trip day for Hamilton Southeastern, their men's volleyball team, traveling to Muncie from Fishers, Indiana.
Yeah, my high school. It's where I graduated from just last year. I have watched a men's volleyball game of HSE's.
How productive were they?
They got swept by Roncalli.
Sweet. The alum from Roncalli on Purdue Fort Wayne, Andrew Mayer. He's the one that inbounds the Basilio serve. Big swing out of the break from Carlo Hudson. And we go from Indianapolis to Westfield on that kill. 15-15.
Yeah. It's like Ryan Lewis was accepting an offering. It just went off the left hand and just flew.
Like an off-speed pitch. Basilio the set. Savitsky Lynn, the big swing. Again, back and forth, just a slugfest in the second stanza. 16-15, and Savitsky Lind will serve now.
Looks like his third kill already of the night.
It will be. He had 5 or more kills in his first 5 games, but in all but 4. Fosdick with the big swing. Rogers tries on 2. Savitsky Lynn watches it go out of bounds. Smart play from the middle blocker. And the Cards, it's just a 2-point lead at 17-15, but feels monumental.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. You know how they say keep your eye on the ball. Braden Savitsky Lynn did that. You could just see his head.
Heads up play from the Roscoe, Illinois native. The setup from Hopkins. Big blasting swing from Logan Muir. And Savitsky Lind can't do anything with that.
Yeah, it just seemed to fall right in front of him. He couldn't gather. Monstrous kill.
We've seen monster blocks, but the monstrous kill from Logan Muir nonetheless. Husden, a short serve means Rogers hits the deck. Lewis gets some English on it. Husden, the bump over his head. A setup from Banner. Machado. Now Rogers gets a swing. Mayer introduced to gravity, but we play on. Muir tries. Scherer the bump. Rogers, his third straight attempt. Third time's the charm for the Roadrunner. 18-16 Ball State.
Both liberos in that rally were just all over the place. Victor Scherer with a couple bumps himself. But Andrew Mayer's all over the place on his side, but then he just kind of lets the ball fly to his left instead of trying to go for it with maybe a reach on the left arm.
It's a timeout for Coach Donnie Gleason. Mike Iandolo hasn't used any of his at this point. This is the third time that Gleason has promoted a whistle. We're going to step aside as well. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
Coach Donnie Gleason, just in his second season with the Mastodons, a 19-19 overall record, 7-14 in conference play, but he has been there and done that, especially when you look at his time with Damon University.
Yeah, for sure. He coached at Damon University, who they actually beat in 5 sets earlier this season, facing his former team, which similar to Mike Iandolo, who also faced his former team that he head coached for, Charleston. But before then, Gleason was an assistant coach for a lot of women's programs before becoming a head coach for men's in 2019 at Damon.
A young coach at Purdue Fort Wayne, but grizzled in his coaching career. Long rally now for Ball State and Purdue. Left-handed push from Rogers, and instead an unorthodox kill from Logan Muir. He tries it with his right paw. 18-17 out of the break with some craftiness.
Patrick Rogers was just hopping multiple times, just kind of swatting at the ball where he could get it. But it just falls in Logan Muir's way.
Gleason coached women's volleyball from 2011 to 2019, stops at Yale, Buffalo, Stony Brook, and began as the assistant coach for the women's program at Damon, but before being the head coach for the men's team, and then was there for several years. He had 81-31 record as the Damon men's head coach, 20-6 in the few years that they joined conference play. It's 18-18 now from Worthen Arena, and Caden Fostick makes it 19-18. Service error.
As we said, this is the story of this game. It's the service errors. And you would think that serving, though, is so simple when really it's not at all.
It's a complicated art. Patrick Rogers has it down. He's got 23 service aces. The big swing from him and a response from Banner. Scherer squats down to keep it up. Ryan Lewis on 3, off-speed try. And now monstrous block somehow kept up. Another swing from Owen Banner, and that time it'll go. There were 3 different Mastodons that hit the floor in that possession. Nonetheless, 19-19.
Yeah, Andrew Mayer seemed to roll over his teammate. Just everybody going everywhere. Such a chaotic rally, ending in the Mastodons' favor off the touch on a Cardinal.
Logan Muir will try again from the near right side. Rogers ups. Jacob Surratt was there with the swing. Scherer had to go all the way back to keep it in play. Basilio off speed. Now it'll be Banner on 3. Deflected, and Rogers with the bump. Lewis opposite side, right in front of Logan Muir. 16 defeats 16. It's 2019 Ball State.
Perfectly cultivated play by Machado and Lewis. Machado setting it behind him. It's always so impressive when you see people do that, because it's like you can't tell where it's going, but just being able to trust your opposite hitter to get that kill is crucial.
Surratt now tries. The block off Ryan Lewis, but it goes out of play. Logan Muir with the tool. But the biggest thing that I've seen from Lucas Machado from last season to this year he's become so much better of a distributor. You know, last year he had pin hitter talent like Tinashe and Davizocheva, Rajay Aline, and of course Patrick Rogers. And it's a very easy call to go to them, but this year, really, he's done a great job of mixing it up. Owen Banner has yet another service error. We're just 2 broken records here at the Eagle Eye of Worthen. Ball State leads 21-20. All claps for Ryan Lewis. The swing, and Banner's there. The try from Carlos Hudston. Machado left-handed push, somehow upped by Patrick Rogers. Just kidding, they blow the whistle. 21-21. I really thought Rogers had it for a moment.
Yeah, they called it as a double touch on him, which it didn't look like it from here, but probably something just minuscule that the judge could see.
For the first time today, Raul Papaleo Jr. will check in, the pride of Puerto Rico. He serves for Purdue Fort Wayne, just the second substitution at this point. Scherer keeps up the Basilio swing. He does so again. They go back to Basilio. That time a two-handed push rather than a dominant swing was all he needed. 22-21. Several lead changes, but Ball State has it at this point.
Yeah, the Mastodons just couldn't recover, but this set has been back and forth. The Mastodons have really found their footing, remembering the last time they met, knowing that this could be a possible win.
Papaleo goes back to the bench. Brody McAfee onto the Terraflex once more. Will Basilio now serves. A quick attack from Caden Fostick. A setup by Basilio, and back to Patrick Rogers. That ball had a family. 23-21, and this big swinging kill from Captain America. Timeout, Coach Gleason.
It sounded like a crack of thunder. Unbelievable force on that ball and a perfect read of that small, just a tiny opening, but Patrick Rogers' ability to fit it right there for an incredible kill once again.
The game is back and forth as this one. Purdue Fort Wayne needs 4 points to come out on top for Ball State, just 2. That could prove to be a mountain. A big Rogers kill will send us into a break. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Right back in action from the break. Will Basilio gets us out of the intermission. Logan Muir is there for a quick response from Purdue Fort Wayne. And yet again, it's a 1-point game.
Will Basilio unable to gather that. Immediately after the ball flies off of him, he's just looking at his teammates apologizing. He just beside himself with that one.
Hunter Hopkins, yet another short knuckleball of a serve. Rogers a swing, much less power than last time. They'll try it on 3. Patrick Rogers says no. He can swing, he can stuff. What can't the Roadrunner do? Set point, 24-22. And in comes Peter Zarowski.
Peter Zarowski, we haven't seen a lot of him, but he usually comes in for services.
From Oak Park, Illinois, the third setter on the depth chart, got some great serving talent, and he does just that. Lewis able to collect there. Rogers will try another. He sticks the line. Ball State up 2-0 on the 20th ranked Purdue Fort Wayne.
Patrick Rogers just barely stuffs it in to end the second set in favor of the Cardinals. now up 2-0. What was April 5th, 2025? They don't know.
The Battle of I-69 looks cardinal and white through 2. We're going to step aside before some halftime coverage. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
From trivia night at Brothers and Tater Tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital, the best student radio channel in the country. This is Jack Kaiser. I broadcast for Big Ten Network, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. Chirp, chirp.
We mentioned it briefly, but it's Alumni Day at Worthen Arena, so several Ball State alumni lining up on the Terraflex floor to be honored and announced by none other than Steve Shondell. Some names even graduating from last year's class, such as Lucas Pitlack, but I gotta tell you, man, the nostalgia is flowing in Worthen Arena. Such a historic program with so many great names.
Yeah, and it's almost a little bit contradictory because you got alumni standing up here and then you got some high school teams in the stands.
Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen. Not a better song to capture what's going on tonight. As we go through two sets, the Cardinals lead 2-0. They have a chance to break out the brooms and get a little sweep action going. In order for that to not happen, I got to ask about Purdue-Fort Wayne, Annaka. What has to happen for them to come out on top?
I mean, it's something we've been stressing since the very beginning, before the match. It's the service errors. The service errors they're just points left on the table, and you would think maybe services, there's something that should be routine, but especially with how far back you're serving, it's so difficult to perfect. It's an art, as you said earlier, but also Ball State's blocking has been accelerating in how effective it's been, especially in the second set. But the Mastodons overall just got to work it defensively, read the blocks, read those small zones and openings for kills. It's just the routine stuff. But overall, they've been playing well. They've been finding their footing, going from losing a set by 7 to only losing by 3. So maybe it could be a sweep by Ball State, but it's still a great effort by the Mastodons.
They're in the fight for sure. Some of it is that you're facing the 10th best team in the country, and no matter how good your defense might be, no matter how good of a swing you may have, sometimes things just go one team's way. For much of this duration of this year, it's gone the Cardinals' way. It has so tonight. They're up 2-0 and have a chance for a clean sweep. Still no substitutions on Ball State's end. The first was Peter Zarowski to end off the second set. Starters on the floor for Purdue as well. They'll get the chance to bring us back underway. Carlo Hudson holds the room in his right hand. Whistle blows. The look, the toss, the jump, the serve, right into the network. Sure enough, you just talked about it. The Mastodons, especially in that second set when it was so neck and neck, if you can limit those errors, you just stop getting in your own way.
Yeah, against Ohio State, they had 18 service errors.
Machado, the Cards' best server, will go. They get it back. Surrett, just a simple push of a kill. Hudson went right into the stands, or all the way into the stands, rather. But Ball State early lead 2-0.
Yeah, when you think of a kill, you think of a thunder smack on the Terraflex, but sometimes it can just be a graceful dump.
Thunderous serve from Machado there. In turn, a good block from Ryan Lewis, but enough of a slap from Owen Banner that it's a tool. They get their first points in this third installment, and Caden Fostick goes behind the line.
Off of the touch of a Cardinal on that block. The ricochet, as you say.
Seems right for Fostick. The back row attack from Basilio smacked right into Hudson. 3-0 Ball State.
Will Basilio didn't have much action last night against Tusculum. A kill, an assist, but 4 digs, which that's still pretty good for only being in for 2 sets.
And it's quite the change of pace from the early points in this set already. And now we slow it down again. Rogers had a good spin and a good smack, but no Mastodon touched it. Too powerful in another service error.
Those service errors, just on both teams.
It's nothing short of catastrophic. Logan Muir. And sure enough, here we go again. A service error by Logan Muir.
Again, it's just points left on the table.
This Mastodon group has as many errors as points in this early third set. Surrett almost had another. Looked like it was going to be an ace for a sec. It hit the top of the net. Rogers mistimes it. Lewis free balls. No big spike just yet. There it is from Owen Banner. Check that Brody McAfee gets it done.
Yeah, Hunter Hopkins, it seemed like the set was going to be over for the Mastodons, but he finds the ball and just a slight set to keep it up.
As the great Shondell says, it'll be Owen Banner. Rogers, Machado, up the middle, Savitsky Lind. Again, a simple kill. There hasn't really been anything too booming just yet, but the Cards lead 5-3.
Logan Muir receiving that attempt and sending it back. Owen Banner tries to go for it, but he tries to pancake it at the coffin corner, just out of reach.
No power just yet, only finesse. And I suppose that's why. Big boom off of Ryan Lewis. Unable to get the line, it's 5-4. Service error.
In high hindsight, the Cardinals still have 5 aces, but those service errors, it could turn this game more in their favor.
There's the change of pace. Will Basilio falling away and still gets some mustard on it. 6-4, Cards lead.
Will Basilio, the Canada native, the international influence on this team.
And one of the 4 captains he is as a sophomore. Mishandled by the Mastodons. They keep it up, but the joust by Machado was all he needed. 7-4, and the setter with a kill.
All the Mastodons just in a herd up front. Lucas Machado said, I'll have it my way, and just pushes it right behind him.
A Basilio blast from behind the stripe. Service ace, untouched by the Canadian. 8-4, Cards, double the Mastodon score.
Cardinals bundle up in the middle. They're just jumping up and down, I love it.
Timeout, Danny Gleason. Again, still to this point, Mike Iandolo hasn't blown a whistle to get his team to chat it over. It has been smooth sailing for the Redbirds.
Yeah, the Cardinals, they're up by 4, doubling the Mastodons 4 right now. And it was so neck and neck in the second set. It seems like they're not going to let something that close slide. And they've really come back from that. A couple service errors to boot, but against the service errors from the Mastodons, it doesn't seem to faze them at all.
Just 12 points in this early third set, and Coach Gleason will have one chance left, pending a Cardinal win, to try and stop this sweep. We're going to step aside, and for the time being, you're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Well, early in the Open, we juggled the idea of a game like this going to 4 or 5 sets. Right now, the Cards lead 2-0 and are up 8-4 in the third. There's a non-zero chance that they could come out of here with a sweep against the 20th ranked team in the nation.
Yeah, they've been swept before, but Purdue Fort Wayne has still gotten up to like 20 around in those sets. But sweeping the Mastodons is not out of the Cardinals' routine necessarily.
Machado, a thump to Basilio in the back row. It's now 9-4. And for the first time in a long while, the margin is more than 3.
Yeah, the Cardinals in the first set just not letting it get super close. In the second set, they got away from it a little bit, and in the third set, they're getting it back. And this is on brand for the Cardinals. Late in the games is kind of when they wake up, but at the same time, you got to find that happy medium against coming in hot, but also saving the energy for the end.
Coach Gleason pulls out the green card amidst our conversing. And let it be throughout the PA of Worthen Arena.
We've been here before.
The phones start coming out, flashlights on. Ball State will keep their point. It is a kill from Will Basilio. And somewhere Paul McCartney is smiling.
Some deja vu, really. It wasn't as long as the last time I was here for this particular situation.
Hey,
a lot more phones on both sides came out for a while. It felt unreal.
A song as good as Let It Be, let it play.
For sure.
Let it be, quite literally.
We love the Beatles.
Basilio gets us back in action after a booming kill. A high set from Hopkins means Hudson can't handle it, and the Cards get to double figures. It's 10-4.
Yeah, just out of reach there. He really just fully extended his arm up there, and it seemed to just roll off of his fingertips and go the wrong way.
Coach Iandolo at the beginning of the year said of Basilio that guys really gravitate to him, and cited that he has a really bright future. In the present, still a struggle. A service error for the sophomore.
It's been the whole game.
So it'll be 10-5. Hunter Hopkins, the setter. Another short serve. Scherer is there. Machado to Rogers on three. In the coffin corner, he finds daylight. 11-5, Ball State. And in comes Jacob Surratt again.
What a perfect opening, just in that back. Nobody was there covering that zone on the right side for the Mastodons. Patrick Rogers read it like a book, and a kill he goes.
Savitsky Lind, the spinning serve. Service ace goes off of Logan Muir, and now it's 12-5, dancing in the card huddle.
Way to get that back from the service error just a couple attempts ago. Braden Savitsky Lind, he's been having a night.
And now Vince Spadoni, the Italian stallion, true freshman of Purdue Fort Wayne, will check in one of the outside hitter spots. Savitsky Lind will try again. Mayer is there to forearm it. Bostic off the arm of Savitsky Lind. Basilio had another touch, and it goes out of play. 12-6.
Just rolled off of Braden Savitsky Lind and on to Basilio. It was like a perfect leading line of a connection, but just couldn't revive that.
Hudson will serve once more. Rogers, Machado, Rogers again. Big time boom for the Roadrunner. 14-6.
The storm continues. We get the thunder and the lightning.
Speaking of which, here's Macho Lucas Machado. The southpaw serve, very short. Back to Ball State. Lewis opposite side. The 1-2 punch of the golden locked Rogers and Lewis makes it 14-6.
Just flew right in between Huston and Mayer. It was just perfectly placed. The way that these pin hitters are reading the zones in the defense of the Mastodons, it's telepathic, it seems.
Timeout taken by Coach Donnie Gleason. If the Cards come out on this set on top, it would be the last chance for Gleason to talk to his guys. 50 seconds until we get back in game action. We're going to step aside for what could be the last time. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. GameBridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Back in action for the third stanza at Worthen Arena. The 10th-ranked Ball State Cardinals lead the 20th-ranked Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons 14-6. The buzzer sounds, and we're back in game action. All starters still on the floor for the Cardinals. Lucas Machado waiting in the wings to serve. As for Purdue Fort Wayne, Vince Spadoni still in as one of the outside hitters. He's the only person that is not a starter for either end on the floor.
Yeah, and he didn't play against Ohio State.
Here comes Macho. The touch from Spadoni. He gets the first and third. Machado sets up. Scherer the bump. Lewis on two. Blasted into Hopkins, but we play on. Spadoni a swing. Rogers tries to finish it off. Pinballing around. Is it 4 touches? Yes. Scherer had a spike, probably the only time he could really do it. But a whistle is blown for the 4th touch. It's 14-7.
You gotta applaud the effort, though.
All smiles from Victor Scherer.
Just everywhere from everyone. The way they spread the floor there was great.
Caden Bostic goes right into Scherer. Machado. Lewis just a push into Fosdick. We'll try again with Muir. Out of play, untouched by a Redbird. Cards lead 15-7. And here comes P-Rod to serve.
Yeah, Cards up to 15 already, up by 8. It seems like they're going back to that momentum from the first set.
This is about the point in the game where you see Coach Iandolo maybe start making some substitutions, but none yet. Muir tries again. Does he touch hardwood this time? No. 16-7. and the ball keeps rolling. Bit of some discourse now between the officials. A whistle blows and we're back. Rogers, the spin right into the lattice.
You can't have it all.
Probably the fastest serve he's had all day, just an incorrect launch angle.
Yeah, sometimes that's what happens with those spin serves. The down spin might just go a little bit too early.
So Brody McAfee serves. He's a transfer from Olivet Nazarene, an NAIA school in Illinois. Spadoni on 2. Two-handed push, rejected by Lewis very handily. It's 16-8. Check that, 17-8. And just like that, we called it our first substitution. Marty Canavan will come in as the opposite hitter.
Marty Canavan, we saw him last night. He played in 2 sets, didn't play much. He had 2 kills and a dig, but also a service error. But as a junior from Chicago, his season high was 7 kills versus Northern Kentucky. So being a part of that opposite hitter depth.
Right off the top of the net, somehow handled by Purdue Fort Wayne. A big jumping spike from Hopkins keeps it alive. Basilio on 2, sticks the line. Hudson's there to forearm. Spadoni rolling kill kept from Rogers. Rogers back row! Worthen erupts. 18-8 and Patrick Rogers. Yet another staple performance.
Wow. I'm going to keep going with the storm analogy. That was like a strike of lightning, like it was there and then it wasn't. It was so quick. It was a blink of an eye.
Here comes Marty Canavan. Service ace. Untouched by the Mastodons. And the pride of Marist High School.
Just saw him before the game making a TikTok with Will Patterson. I think the TikTok did it.
They do it every game. It's part of the pregame ritual with Coach Hogg and Will Patterson. Another swing from Marty Canavan. Spadoni, a big kill. Patterson keeps it alive. Spadoni will try again. The big smack. 3 Cardinals there to reject. Spadoni tries one more time. Whistle blows, and Ryan Lewis wins the battle. 20-8. We're 5 points away from a clean sweep, and Canavan keeps serving.
What I noticed in that one was when Marty Canavan gathered that and it just kind of flew in the air. It almost looked like it was going to fly out of bounds, but it was gathered by a Mastodon, and you see Logan Muir on the sideline just face-palming.
Speaking of facepalm, Marty Canavan, service error, 20-9. And he checks back out for Jacob Surrett. You've talked so much about how crucial these errors have been. Sure, it's certainly raised your blood pressure. Spadoni from the middle. And look at that, another service error, 21-9.
The blood pressure is raised. You are right.
So Baby Giraffe will serve from the near right side. The big spin and serve right into Spadoni. A two-handed jam from Will Basilio. Could be a block, could be a kill, whatever it was, Cards point.
I think I would call that one a kill, kind of the way he just like went downward with it instead of kind of letting it kind of hit his hands off. He kind of pushed it down a little bit.
Lewis, big smack right into the rubber, and yet another service error. This is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, but the Mastodons now just barely reaching double digits in this set. Cards up by 12.
It's a long road back for Purdue Fort Wayne, but stranger things have happened. The try from Savitsky Lind, a big smack. Now right up the middle again. BSL wins over Fosdick. 23-10, we're 2 points away.
Just a big part of this team, Savitsky Lind is. He's accurate. He's smart. He has such a volleyball IQ. That's so uncommon.
Basilio goes right into Spadoni. He's really been targeted since checking in. Scherer, Surrett, Rogers into Mayer. Kept up. Muir gets a swing. Mastodons keep it alive. They work the other way. Scherer the bump. Machado the set. Ryan Lewis the opposite side, stonewalled by Caden Fostick. They're not done yet. 23-11.
Like the Mastodons usually say, blocked by Fozzie. But the way the Cardinals were spreading the floor in that, they were able to receive essentially anything coming at them, but just only that block.
Hunter Hopkins to Lucas Machado. Rogers, look out below! Goes off the arm of Hunter Hopkins and out of play on the Cardinals side to make it match point. In comes Peter Zarowski again. He could be the coup de grace.
Wow, this third set by the Cardinals has been an absolute MIVA masterclass. Up by 13 at match point now.
Off the top of the net. It was a swing from Fostick and out of play. They get the point. It's 24-12. Zarowski out, Scherer in. The serve will be Carlo Hudson. Hudson to keep this game in limbo. Basilio on the ground. A push from Machado. All he needed. Macho wins at the stripe.
It's poetic the way the game ends with the AVCA National Player of the Week, the Macho Man himself.
He can kill, he can set, he can block. He does just about everything here with the Redbirds. And we really thought that this was going to go into extra sets. Boy, were we wrong. It got closer for the Mastodons in set 2 than set 1, but 25-12 to end it? My goodness.
Yeah, it just seemed like in the second set, the Mastodons left it all out there, and they had nothing left in the third set. They got beaten by over double, 25-12. It's something you don't typically see from a MIVA team. And the last time that the Mastodons got swept was also here in Worthen Arena, February 15th, 2024. And the lowest that the Mastodons scored was 19 points in the first set, then following it with 24, but taking the second set to 26 for the Cardinals, and then 23 after that. They've never really fallen off that much. Well, at least not in recent meetings from them, but taking it to heart, the Cardinals, the last time these two teams met, that 4-set upset, the Logan Muir game, they didn't let him do a thing today.
Lindenwood facing Fort Valley State University. They won in 3 quite comfortably. The third set, 25-18, the widest margin out of any. 25-20 in the first, 25-22 in the second, and again, 25-18 to close it out. The other matchup live right now is Queens, the 8th-ranked team in the MIVA, facing off against number 7, McKendree, in St. Louis. At this point, we're into 3 sets. We're tied up at 1-1. McKendree lost the first, took back the second, and now find themselves ahead 23-20.
Ball State's already faced both of these teams. They played Queens in back-to-back nights, won the first match in 4 sets, and then swept the second night, took that by storm, and they've also swept McKendree. And the way Ball State swept the Mastodons beat McKendree in 5 sets. So again, it's going back to what we opened with. In the MIVA, it's anybody's game any given day. It's just who is coming to play. And whose day is it? The Mastodons, they caught the Cardinals on a really, really good day, and it just didn't go in their favor.
The Cardinals have wind in their sails. It's their 3rd straight win. They moved their record overall to 15-2, 6-1 in MIVA play. They will stay at the top of the conference. As for Purdue Fort Wayne, it gets a little muddier. Now 8-5, their 2nd straight loss. A conference record of 3-3 puts them right with Lewis. It's the 5 and the 6 at this point. Next up for the Mastodons, it's a tough road stretch ahead. They travel to Lewis, then to Chicago to face Loyola, and then you host the Ohio State Buckeyes. That's a tough 3-game series if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, for sure. And also, the Ball State Cardinals, they're hosting Ohio State after being swept by them on March 12th. The Ohio State Buckeyes are going to march into Worthen Arena, and they're looking for a sweep on the season. So that'll definitely be a great match to look at.
It's the same three opponents between these two. Ball State will face Loyola first in Chicago, then travel to Romeoville, Illinois to face Lewis, and then they'll welcome the Ohio State Buckeyes. As you said, on March 12th, we at SportsLink will be broadcasting that game on ESPN, but before we take off for the final time, Annaka, any final thoughts?
My final thoughts, it's the service errors. This whole entire game, the service errors are what killed the Mastodons. And when you have so many service errors, that gets into your head, undoubtedly. And it makes you overthink, and the doubt kind of comes in. And again, it just kind of really threw them off their game. And the Cardinals had some service errors to their name as well, but they also had those service aces to boot. And the Cardinals, again, they're 10th in the nation. The Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons, they just snuck in at 20th. Sometimes it's just a game of who's in it more, because the last time Ball State faced a number 20 team was when Charleston snuck into the 20 spot, and they got swept as well. So Ball State coming back from a sweep at Ohio State, being swept and being disappointed, to sweeping Purdue, the Fort Wayne Mastodons, in an exceptional fashion. It's only up from here, I see.
The ranked opponents for the Cardinals this year. There was a trip to Phoenix. They lost to the top-ranked UCLA. They gave the Bruins a run for their money. Then they beat the Stanford Cardinals, who at the time were ranked 9th in the nation. Ball State took their spot at that point at that 9-hole. Then you had Charleston, as you mentioned, snuck into that 20 spot after Ball State handled them, as well as Purdue Fort Wayne knocked them down a peg there. Today, it's the 20th ranked Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons after the number 13 Ohio State defeat. So the two losses for the Cardinals, number 1 UCLA and Ohio State, who's number 13, but still have shown that they've got all the talent in the world.
Yeah. And you look at these upcoming schedules for both teams, they both have the same next 3 opponents. So again, it's MIVA play, anything could happen. It's just a matter of who comes out on top.
It's really going to tell how these two teams look as the season progresses. MIVA play continues. The Cards keep rolling. This has been a broadcast of SportsLink Digital Radio. For Annaka, Whittey, I'm Dylan Budd saying so long from Muncie, Indiana, where the final score is Ball State 3, Purdue Fort Wayne 0. Thank you for listening. We will see you on the flip side.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.